Yo.
Your
Layup Lounge members, welcome back to another episode of the Layup Lounge. We are tapped in for episode 6.
LeBron
James, Julius Erving, Patrick Queen. Who else is number 6? I don't know.
Number 6.
Drop your favorite number 6 in the comments. Put your favorite number 6 somewhere. Episode number 6, Layup Lounge, season 2, coming to you live and direct. All of the freshest basketball, football, hockey,
all that,
ice hockey,
all that,
cricket, whatever
all
you want to hear about. It's happening here in the LLs.
All that.
Pop culture too. What's going on in the world? We're gonna find out. New Kendrick album. Shoo. You want to hear about it here?
You won't. I'm not listening to that.
OVO Sound Radio. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and dive into some new topics for this week.
And you was talking about 6. This is the 6th episode. You know who's struggling to get to 6 wins? The Philadelphia 76ers. That was a nice
That's a great transition.
Yeah, no, they are 3-13 currently, and they're led by, it was fully expected that they'd be led by Jared McCain, right? I mean, brother's been hooping. Clearly the rookie of the year. He can paint his nails. He can do the TikToks, but it don't matter because he's hooping. Like, he can do whatever he wants if he's hooping like this. And I just need a panic meter. Where is it at for you with this 76ers team going forward? Because it is looking real nasty right now.
I think the panic meter should be on high. I think it should be on maximum.
Is it broken?
It should be on maximum. I mean, it should be... Joel was already halfway out the door, you know what I'm saying? We haven't been able to put a good squad around him.
In terms of what? You think he's thinking about leaving?
100%. They haven't put a good team around me since I've been here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been the only...
Whoa. They went and got Jimmy Butler. Was Ben Simmons there before or after him? I think he was there after him.
They coexisted.
We just got Paul George. He was the best free agent in this class, despite what that free agency class was. He was the best one in there. Whoever's been in the front office has been trying to put a team around him. It just hasn't worked out.
Okay, but I'm saying outside of that Jimmy Butler team, they made the wrong moves with that Jimmy Butler team. They should have kept that team together. That's the team that they should have kept together. Instead, we pay Ben Simmons. We let Jimmy walk. We let Ben Simmons run circles around our organization. We trade him for a bag of chips. We get James Harden back. Discrepancy there. I'll never play for Daryl Morey in my life again. Daryl Morey is a liar. We do that. Then we go and get Paul George. Now his legs don't work. He hyperextend his knee every other day. So, I mean, have we really put success around Joel Embiid?
Yes. I mean,
like, what are we talking about?
You can't say they didn't try, though.
They've tried, but when the chips are stacked down, it hasn't worked out. And so, cool. Thanks for trying. With that being said, I'm going to take my talents to New York.
Does he even have any value? Who wants a Joel Embiid broke knees?
Oh, somebody wants a JoJo.
But who's the best player in the league that you would give up for Joel Embiid? Like, what's the... you get what I'm saying? Like, what's the best player? Who's the best player in the league you would trade for Joel Embiid?
Name them. I mean, honestly, at this point, you could name anybody. You're not
trading Victor Wembanyama for Embiid.
There's a handful of untouchables, obviously. I'm not going to swap with Jokic.
I'm not trading Cat for Embiid.
100%, yes, I am.
Cat's having the best season of his career, silently. No one even knows because he's tucked in New York right now.
And we're cool with that. But at the same time, I'm taking the MVP. I'm taking the unstoppable force, Joel Embiid. There's no answer for me when I'm playing.
You said
when
unstoppable,
I'm playing,
he's been stopping himself his entire career, starting from the draft. What we were saying during the draft was like, if he gets on the court, he's gonna be crazy. But that was the problem. That's why he dropped the 3 instead of 1.
True.
And so now we're looking at it like this. It's the same story. It's the same story. Like, he hasn't even fulfilled his potential because he's just been hurt. I know he's won MVP. He scored a 70-point game. But at the end of the day, if he's always broke knees during the regular season, they're setting him up to fail when it comes to the postseason because now they got to climb out of the play-in. Now they got to be 7th, 6th, 8th seed. You know what I'm saying? Like, now they got to be those bottom seeds. They haven't been able to get to the top because he's just been broke knees his entire career. And I mean, you might be right. Maybe it's time to trade, but who would want him at this point is my thing. It's just like, I would be so scared to even touch that guy because, for one, he's not playing in the regular season. And 2, when he gets to the postseason, it might be the same thing as Kawhi, 1 or 2 games, and then he's out. He's gone. So, I'm not giving up real value for Embiid right now at this moment. He's going to have to prove that he can stay healthy on a consistent basis. And that is probably never. So
that's going to be a never thing. I mean, he said he's probably never going to play a back-to-back the rest of his career. But, I mean, you can't just say no to 30 points per game.
I can say
guaranteed.
No, 30 points. He's scoring 30 points 10. A week because he can only play 1 game every other day.
But I'm saying there's not. JoJo is one of them dudes, bruh. We can't just deny the fact that he's not one of the most talented, one of the best players in the league.
You gotta put an asterisk on that. When what? When he's on the court, when he's healthy. We say the same thing about Kawhi. We said the exact same thing about Kawhi.
That's very true. No, I agree with that. They're in the same boat where on the court, you're one of them guys, but you got to be on the court. You have to be out there more consistently.
Let's talk about Paul George, because he's ass, and I'm not bleeping that out. I don't know who's gonna be watching this. Everybody listening, he is ass. I think he's averaging like 14 points a game. He's talking about the Clippers. He's still reminiscing there. And shout out to Norman Powell, as a part-time hater myself. I don't think that I'm pretty sure Norman Powell plays basketball every night thinking, I hate Paul George. He just thinks about the times he's been playing behind him, and now he's flourishing as one of the main guys.
I'm not completely giving up on the Sixers team. Yes, press the panic button. It's not looking good right now. At the end of the day, though, the day gonna end. There's tomorrow. We got Joel Embiid coming back.
When?
Soon.
When is it? Soon? We've been saying that the entire season. Okay. We've probably been saying that for multiple years now.
But Maxey taking a step up in the leadership role, calling Joel out. He's all like, you need to be at the meetings. Be at meeting all the time, bro. I don't care.
That's not hard to say to somebody, though. That's not like they're making it seem like, oh my gosh, he's the alpha.
Bro, is that not real, though? That's his bro. That's like, okay, I'm going to check the MVP, the best player on our team, the highest paid player on our team. I just checked it.
No, look, check this out. If you were on, say, the O'Day team, right, with Paulo there, are you not checking him if he was late to the meetings? Even though you're not near the player he is, but are you just gonna let him do that? Or are you checking him and being like, look, you got to be on time to these meetings? It don't matter what kind of stature or player you are.
Oh, it for sure does. At the end of the day,
no.
I think it for sure does.
Because if I'm on time, it don't matter. If I'm on time, if I'm committed to the team, if I'm a bench player 15th guy on the bench, I'm still calling him out. It don't matter who does it.
But it holds more merit if my B is calling me out than Yabusele. You know what I'm saying? If Yabusele call me out, stop showing up late for the meetings, Joel. I'm like, bro, you just got back in the league. Chill out. If Maxey, the one who's carrying weight every night, who scored 50 last year, you know what I'm saying, who's doing his thing, Joel, you're late, bro. No. Pick up your end of the bargain. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So it's like, okay, coming from one man, it's like, I'm not really listening. You don't do much from, you know what I mean? You're not carrying weight like me. You don't care. You don't understand the pressure.
Udonis Haslem. So if Udonis Haslem said that to Jimmy Butler, are we still respecting it because he's the 15th guy on the bench?
See, UD is the one caveat, though, because it's like, we understand he's a player coach. He's one of them. He's the 15th guy, but he's a coach.
Garrett Temple. He says it to Scotty Barnes.
Okay, that's his vet. He's going to have to kind of listen to that, or at least take some of the guidance. That's his vet. We see that. It's specific to each scenario.
CJ McCollum says it to Zion Williamson.
See, Zion just going to do his own thing. Zion's a wild boy.
Bro, you seen that? Bro, how does 39... Pause. But how does 39-year-old LeBron just look? His physique just looks so much better than Zion's. Zion is 24 years old, and
no, they were flame.
Like, bro, like, how do you even do that? I know that he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer. He doesn't deserve it, though. And he's definitely not first ballot. That's for sure. He's definitely not first ballot, and he definitely don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm standing on that. He's soft. I don't care if our paths cross each other at some point during we in the space, the basketball space. I'll say this to his face. You're not a winning player. You're not good at basketball anymore. You literally just filled the void that Tobias Harris, you know what I'm saying? He's Tobias Harris.
Dang. He's Tobias Harris too?
He's Tobias Harris too. Anybody in that spot, that small forward, that forward spot for the Sixers might be cursed ever since Jimmy Butler did not get picked up. And I had another question. Did Paul George, and stay with me on this, did Paul George ruin exhibition basketball?
How?
This man broke his leg, folded it, L-shaped. And I feel like ever since then, nobody tries in exhibition games. No one tries in preseason. No one tries in all-star games. And I think that's why the all-star games are now taking the turn that it has. We're now doing a 4-team format where we got 3 all-star teams and then the winner of the rookies versus sophomores. But I really think it might have rooted for Paul George getting hurt, because once they saw that, it's like, man, I don't want to put
know.
myself in the field. So I don't know.
I feel like think about it though, because post Paul George L-shaped leg injury, there was
Shit was crazy.
No, that was crazy. We did the for the past couple of years we've done the Kobe momentum, right? Or the dedicated game to Kobe, where they played it like 81.
No, that All-Star game, but that first All-Star game, like after he died, that's probably the best All-Star, the most competitive All-Star game we ever seen, and it's just died down ever since. It don't make sense to me.
I was just gonna reference that though, the competitive nature of that game specifically. That was the last time we actually see them go at it. Like they cared about that game. It was it was an exhibition game. It was the All-Star game, but they were playing to their full capacity.
So how do you feel about now with this new format? Because to me, people were questioning like the young guys being in it, but I actually think that motivates the older guys to actually want to go kill them, because
Sure.
I think that the young guys are actually going to try to beat them. Like they're actually going to try to hoop. Imagine like Scoot Henderson might attack Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Like Steph Curry going to turn up just because he's like, you're not going to let that happen. So how do you feel about this new format? Do you think it'll work?
At first, I was scared, or not scared, but like questioning it. It doesn't seem like the best thing to do, but I mean, competition. Let's shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, try anything at this point.
Literally try anything. Try and get eyes on the game. But I think it's going to be good, bro. Just thinking the idea that there's 4 teams, like we're championship game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fact that there's pool play, now there's a championship game sort of deal. It's like, okay, there's going to be more competitive nature. The fact that we advanced, we're playing for something now. Like, I don't even know what the prize is, if there is a prize, but
I mean, it's just money at the end of the
bread,
day.
but they're playing for something, I feel like. So there's just the fact that there's structure to it, like a tournament style thing. And like you said, the young dudes compete against the old dudes. I think it'll be good for the game.
I hope it.
Turn the competitive nature up a little bit.
No, absolutely. And said Kobe, talk about LeBron. Speaking of the Lakers, they are 10-6 right now. 10-6, 10-7. This team is not that much different than the Darvin Ham regime of a basketball team. I mean, we're giving JJ the benefit of the doubt maybe because they started off hot, but they have not been able to really beat good teams. And, don't connect. He's been hooping. But I don't know. I tell Laker Nation, if you go against them, you're just wrong automatically. You can't really tell them anything. But temperature check on the Lakers. How you feeling about the Lakers so far with their 10-6 start?
I feel like they're right where they need to be. I feel like they're one of those teams we can just coast. We're coasting right now. Like Bron is doing his thing. Bron is for sure in just coast mode. Like we've seen he still has gas left in the tank. He said he could keep going. We saw the Olympic run. We know this is full coast mode for Bron right now. He's not in go mode. You know what I'm saying? So he's saving his energy. We're running everything through AD. That's working nice. Connect has been a good lift for us. When does Vando come back, bruh?
Why are we depending on him? He's a rotational
guy that's
player.
gonna lift this team defensively.
Barely.
Okay, but
he's
they
cool.
need it.
Like that's fine.
But they need it.
He's not a good basketball player.
Vando's a great basketball player.
He's a great.
Yes.
Say that again.
Jared Vanderbilt is a great basketball player.
A great basketball player.
He fits the mold of
a
McDaniels of a. He's a budget McDaniels. That's why they packed him up and shipped him.
He literally can't do anything,
bruh. He's a budget McDaniels. He's a budget McDaniels.
All you can do is ask him to go guard your best, and maybe contend.
He's guarding 1 through 4. 1 through 4. And I can even front Jokic if you want me to. I'll guard 1 through 5. That's what I'll do.
I mean, the will to do it and the ability to execute are two different things. That's cool. Like that's cool. You have the will to do it. I mean, that's one half of it. But at the end of the day, if you still getting cooked, the will don't matter. So he's not a great basketball player. And again, I always say this: the Lakers, I can't take him seriously with Cam Reddish being on the team. Jackson Hayes, he shouldn't even be near this basketball team. If you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, bro, like he shouldn't even be on the team. First of all, he's not even good enough to like retain after such allegations like that. It's crazy. But we also see LeBron 0 dark 23 already. I don't know if it's because he's hearing the noise about Bronny. I mean, I got to be honest, it's really warranted after he said that Bronny was better than half the league, but that was also before Bronny died, you know what I'm saying, and came back to life. So, I mean, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt of that because, I mean, that's basically, pretty much that's what happened. He died and came back to life. And people still, people are on Bronny like that didn't happen. That definitely happened. We all saw it in the news. So why we not, like... He was an all-American before this happened.
Very
also,
true.
so like he would act like he's a scrub. We seen those Sierra Canyon highlights. He was
Real.
cooking. Like, bro, like you gotta let him chill. Like, if he wanted to play G League instead of going to, what's that school? Duquesne. I'd rather play for the G League than go to Duquesne. I'm sorry. I know LeBron's childhood friend was the coach, but I'm a South Bay Laker legend. If you know, I'm not. Yeah. So I don't know. You gotta get off Bronny. I think that Bronny deserves some grace. And again, we've seen it. And I've already asked this question before. Like, I think star players should have something in their contract where they could sign, a family member. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them probably do. Or like they got that where like, yeah, it'd help a lot if he was on the team.
I mean, you hear Giannis talking about Thanasis. He didn't play a lick of nothing. He'll sham God every 10 games because they're blowing someone out. But you even see the vibes where he's there sitting on the sideline. He's not even on the team. And he was at the game the other night, turning up with him. Courtside, buying his own tickets. Still there. You know who's been hooping though?
Who's that?
Orlando Magic. Oh. I mean, I think that Franz definitely heard the noise though, for real. Especially after coming off that 7-game series where he didn't show up in Game 7. They gave him a stupid contract. And I feel like he didn't really play up to his standards to start the season. And then Paulo goes out, and all of a sudden his game has been fully unlocked. Mm-hmm. As a fan of the Orlando Magic, I hope that when Paulo does come back, he can continue to thrive like this. Because if they're hooping like this when Paulo comes back, they might be a serious contender. Just talk about them and talk about just Franz and how he's able to impact this team despite the fact that he's getting all the attention with Paulo out.
I mean, he's playing at an all-star level. I feel like he deserves an all-star nod this year, especially. I mean, we're gonna have to see. Like, it's
very early.
It's very early. Like, can he maintain this play, especially once P comes back? But at the same time, on the defensive end, the Magic are getting it done. Like, their defense.
They've always been great in defense, though.
But like, they're John Isaac, Suggs. Like, everybody's bought in.
Can KCP hit a jump shot, please? Please.
Oh my God.
I feel like I had a feeling this was gonna happen, where some teams go overpay him, and. He wasn't. I mean, he had Jokic at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Diming him up and having all that attention. I mean, shooter's paradise in Denver. But, I mean, hopefully he can hit some jump shots in the playoffs. But
no, yeah. I think that they're definitely lined up. I mean, they have the talent to be a contending team. They just don't have the experience. That's the one thing, is the experience. When KCP is your biggest vet, it's kind of just like, yeah, he got championship experience. It's KCP though. What are we talking about? Like,
why is that? What, he don't get respect?
No, he get respect, bro. But at the end of the day, KCPs are like longest tenured vet. I don't know. It just don't seem right if we're going against teams that have made title runs, that have been to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, if they see the Celtics, it's like we're, in terms of just playoff experience, we're outmatched, outgunned. Like, cool. It's any given game. It's anybody's series once we start it. But yeah. It's tough.
What is the ceiling of this current Orlando Magic team? Let's just say that Paulo's there. Like, the way Franz is playing, the way Paulo played to start the season, what is the ceiling of that version of the team?
This year, conference finals. I think.
Do you think they have a chance to win the conference finals?
Boston is just so OD. Like, I really think Boston's going back to the championship.
If they saw Cleveland, you think they could beat Cleveland?
Yeah, I mean, they took Cleveland to 7. Why not? Cleveland, they match up very well with Cleveland, too. Like, just across the board.
That was a fun series.
It was a very fun series to watch. But it was also the most non-watch series.
We might have to pull it to a Orlando playoff game, bro.
That would be lit. Nah, but I don't know. I feel like Boston is still the pathway runs through Boston, bro. Like, it's hard to beat that team in a 7-game series.
Is there a trade that could happen with Orlando that would make them more competitive in that type of series, or you think it's just they're too stacked regardless of what realistically they can do?
I think realistically they're too stacked. I don't know if there's a single trade. Like, what trade frees up that much?
Well, they need a point guard, I feel like, still. But, like, I mean, we already talked about the realistic, like, Dennis Schroeder. He's not taking that team against Boston. Like, there's no point guard available. I mean, talking about point guards, I was thinking about even like a De'Aaron Fox, but he would never be available.
I know, especially not.
But I want to talk about him. Because if he makes the All NBA team, he's eligible for $345 million. Based off the market, and based off just him as a player, and does he deserve $345 million? Because to me, I feel like the Kings are low key preying on his downfall. Like, there's no way they want to pay him that.
I agree with you, but I feel like at the end of the day, he's not gonna make All NBA, bro. Like,
He's been hooping this year though.
no, but at the end of the day gonna end. There's so many.
He can't make third team? Because if he makes third team, he's eligible. It don't matter which team he makes.
Okay, let's think. Luka.
Yeah.
Luka. Who else is a point guard that's gonna make the team?
That's what I'm saying. Like, Dame? Will he get third team? I don't know.
I'd say Cade. Cade,
maybe.
Cade is going because Cade has the numbers, bro. Cade is gonna have the numbers.
Cade. Brunson? No, he hasn't been hooping this year, really. LaMelo. See, that's the 3 starting point guards right there. I mean,
it's gonna be hard for him to make an All NBA team, bro.
it might be a Kemba Walker situation. I don't know if you remember, but when Kemba was in Charlotte, it was like if he made third team, like he'd be eligible for something crazy, and he was eligible for something crazy, and they ended up letting him go because they don't want to pay him. Can you see a similar situation in Sacramento, or do you think they pay him?
I think they pay Fox just because they understand. We don't get no free agents out here. We don't get no
345 sounds so steep.
It sounds very steep. But at the end of the day, we can't get a better point guard than De'Aaron Fox, bro. Like, what other point guard are we going to draft? What other point guard are we going to get in free agency? De'Aaron Fox can be our point guard for the next 10 years, bro. Or like however long we want to have him. He can be our point guard, bro. We're not going to get any better at that position. 345 is a heavy price tag for sure. That's a ridiculous price tag.
Oh, it's what?
It's a price you got to pay, I guess, for elite level play.
Man, that was a Kentucky.
The swiper.
No, the swiper. No, that's a Kentucky player. Another Kentucky player, though, that is not, I don't know how to feel about him, is your boy Julius Randle, because the Timberwolves are 8-8 right now. They lost to the Trailblazers twice at one point. This team dramatically looks different without Cat. Again, Cat's having the best season of his career in New York. And I just don't know. Could this be a fireable offense and somebody within that Timberwolves organization, if they, for some reason, I feel like even play-in is like a very unsuccessful season. Even if they make it out the play-in, the fact if they just settle down for right there, it has not been a successful season.
I agree with you. Play-in is a major step back for this Wolves team.
Major floor.
This Wolves team is supposed to be a contending squad. Like, we actually went to the Western Conference Finals. We put away the defending champs last year. Like,
no Cat, though.
Okay, but that shouldn't set us back this far. Like, we understand we're building. Ant-Man is our franchise guy. Like, without Cat, we should still be a team. Because we got equal value for Cat, equal or a little bit lesser value for Cat. Like,
the combination of the two. He's one of the greatest shooting big men of all time. There's no really matching that unless you're trading like an Embiid or something like that. But even then. And then that gets uneven. But with the injuries of Embiid, that might be even at this point. That might be an even trade.
I think there's one more trade that they have to make. I like
Do you have something in mind?
I'm not sure what it looks like, but I don't think DiVincenzo's the right fit for the squad.
Really?
I really don't. I like DiVincenzo as a player a lot.
Is he a starter somewhere? Is he a starter on a championship team?
I think so.
I would like him. You know who I like? Dante DiVincenzo.
Where?
The team he won a ring at?
Golden State?
No. You don't know where he won a ring at? The Milwaukee Bucks.
Whoa.
I think that Dante DiVincenzo would be a good Milwaukee Buck.
That's exactly what they need right now.
That's exactly what they need right now. But I was like, who would the Timberwolves want in that trade? Bobby Portis? Would you trade Bobby Portis for Dante DiVincenzo if you're the Milwaukee Bucks?
No. Because then we got Julius Randle, Gobert, Naz Reid, Bobby Portis. The front court is nasty at that point.
Disgusting.
And then we still got putting J-Mac somewhere in there.
Pat Cottington, but he sucks. No one wants him. I don't know. I feel like Dante DiVincenzo back on the Bucks might do something. That might move me for real. I like that. Him and Dame, aggressive guards. Yeah.
And he's a great third option. He's a perfect NBA third option in my opinion, bro. Like, you got two dudes who can just go get it.
Are we gonna disrespect Chris Middleton?
He's a third option. Yeah, sorry, Chris. But I mean, bro, because you got two guys that can go get it. Yeah. Pause and Giannis and Lillard, and then DiVincenzo like, oh, game clock's running down, shot clock's running down.
Could that save that team?
Yes. I just don't. It's hard to see how it would work though. Fresh in the news right now, LaMelo Ball. 50 piece. That's just not. We don't see that too often. He's looking like his Chino Hills self right now. I just want to get your temperature check on LaMelo Ball. Is he an All NBA guard? Is he one of the? Is he a?
He's
top
the best
five
point guard. He's the best point guard in the league. I'm taking LaMelo over Luka right now. I'm taking LaMelo over Luka right now. You see the bums he's playing with in Charlotte outside of Brandon Miller? Those dudes suck. And he's consistently making them look good. Grant Williams, get well soon. He just tore his ACL in the goofiest way I've probably ever seen in my life. How do you flop into an ACL tear? I don't know how that happens. But regardless, get well soon. LaMelo is the best guard in the NBA. He will be first team All NBA if he's healthy.
First team?
First team. Shout out to those ankle braces, the doubles that he's wearing on his ankles, because I don't think he's been hurt since he's put those on. Charles Lee got them hooping. They're making the playoffs out of the play-in, and he'll be first team. Man, I'm surprised he's not even in MVP conversations, but maybe if they were in a higher ranking, maybe that'd be true. But yeah, he's the best guard in the NBA, and I think because he's in Charlotte, that is not being said enough.
Wow, I did not expect you to give that high praise.
He is the best guard in the NBA. He might be the best Charlotte Hornet ever already. Outside of Kemba Walker, he might be top 5 already though.
It's just funny how he looks too though, because if you say he's an all-time, there's never been an all-time great that look like that. He got the full back tat. Bruh,
I hate that. That's probably the worst thing about it.
His entire
I hate that. Like, why do you not do the? You got to do the whole body at that point. Pause. You got to do the whole thing at that point. I ain't even trying to speak on another guy, but dude, like, it's really just the back. Like, it does look weird.
Via a snippet posted on Instagram and TikTok, kind of just like talking about Klay Thompson versus Ray Allen. And a lot of people, I was siding with Klay Thompson. I said I'd take Klay Thompson over Ray Allen all time. Roman obviously said he has Ray Allen. But I just want to.
Seattle legend you're speaking on too. But go ahead.
He was a solid role player. But the things I want to address are just some of the comments that were made regarding Klay Thompson. And I just want to rebut these.
Okay.
So regarding Klay Thompson versus Ray Allen, and actually Klay Thompson being a top 5 shooting guard. I said the 2000s, but if you watch the full video, I meant just like the modern era of 2 guards. I said Klay Thompson is top 5.
Yeah.
People were saying James Harden should be a top 5 shooting guard.
Well, definitely over Klay for sure. He is a top 5 shooting guard, actually. Yeah.
James Harden is one of the most talented players to ever touch the ball. No question about it. With that being said, I don't categorize him as a shooting guard. I categorize James Harden as a point guard because of his playmaking ability, his playmaking prowess. He's been labeled a true point guard in Houston for several seasons. Although he's a 2 guard.
So Chris Paul he slid Chris Paul to the 2.
No, when Chris Paul was there, he was a 2 guard. But
Chris Paul.
We know how the offense works.
Russell Westbrook. He had Jeremy Lin. And then he goes to Brooklyn. He had Kyrie Irving.
But who's handling the rock? Who's
Kyrie Irving, Jeremy Lin.
Who averaged the most assists on all these teams, though?
It was probably
neck
even.
And neck.
Yeah, it's probably neck. I mean, that's cool,
how is he not
but
a
he's
point
still
guard?
a shooting guard because he's scoring.
Okay, he's scoring. Fine. But at the end of the day, he's been a point guard in multiple. He went to the Sixers and he was their true point guard.
Oh, I mean,
he was their point guard in Philly. He was their point.
Tyrese
Maxey was the 2.
was breathing and alive and well when he was
Maxey
there.
Was running the 2.
No. Okay, they get interchanged. That's fine, but he's not a true point. Like he's not a true. He's not a true point guard. He's not a true point guard.
But he's not a true 2 guard either.
He's not a true point guard.
So if he's not a true point, he's not a true 2. He's a combo.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to just say he's a 2. With that being said, I will exclude James Harden from this argument because I'm categorizing him as a hybrid combo or a 1. He's not a 2 in my opinion.
Okay.
And I was addressing, yes, he's not a 2000s point guard, or excuse me, shooting guard.
No.
He's a 2010 shooting guard. He got drafted in 2011.
Well, we know. We all know
modern
this.
age player. I was just talking about modern age players.
Yes.
Like, let's be real with each other. Like,
yes.
Outside, and the only other 2 guard that's going to get brought up is Michael Jordan. So outside of Michael Jordan, pretty much, Klay Thompson is top 5 shooting guard. Yes. And then lastly, lastly, Klay Thompson is a seamless fit player. You can put Klay Thompson on any team in any era, anywhere.
JJ Redick is a seamless player you can put anywhere.
Okay, but he's not going to play the same level of defense. Klay Thompson is giving you
Tumani
elite level.
Kamara. Blazer legend. You could probably plug him in anywhere. He's
But it's
gonna
not
do his
Klay
thing.
Thompson, though.
Draymond Green is probably like a plug and play guy.
But it's
Dante
not,
DiVincenzo is a plug and play guy.
but it's not at the level of Klay. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's not at the level of him. Clay's at a different level, bro. When it comes to shooting and
You
defense,
overrating this
and he's
man,
a plug and
bro.
play
He's
player.
a certified role player.
Okay.
Glorified.
And the
role
other thing is,
player.
everyone's talking about all these other two guards carried more weight. Klay never had the
They did.
opportunity.
He wouldn't be able to carry the weight, like I said. If he was somewhere else or by himself, if he was by himself, they'd be like he needs an elite level guard next to him.
Okay, and
you
if-
don't need to say the same thing about
And if
Steph.
all these other two guards played alongside Steph Curry, they would be a lot. They would have the same things that we're attaching to Klay right
No,
now. We'd be
but-
like, oh, he didn't do it by himself.
No,
Yes.
absolutely not.
Yes. Out of these 5 players,
Okay.
I just want you to rank them as Celtics. So rank these 5 players as Celtics.
Am I doing this blindly, or am I just, or are you just gonna name
I'm
them?
gonna give
rank
you
them?
5 players.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 5 Celtic guards.
Yeah.
And I want you to order them as Celtics.
Okay, yeah,
Just-
Celtics.
Celtics.
Celtics, okay.
Don't look at the rest of their career, just as Celtics. What they
Okay.
did as Celtics.
Okay.
Rajon Rondo, Marcus Smart, Isaiah Thomas, Drew Holiday, Derek White.
Well,
Rank those 5.
we'll
as
start at
Boston
5
Celtics.
because as soon as you said Marcus Smart's name, I knew he was gonna be 5. So that's 5.
Defensive Player of the Year.
He enjoy number 5. Number 4. People might not like this one. I'm gonna say Drew Holiday is number 4. Drew Holiday is number 4. Derek White is number 3. Who are the last 2 names? Rajon and Isaiah Thomas. Rajon's at 2. Isaiah Thomas is at 1.
So the only one without hardware, pretty much, is the one that made it number 1. Because everybody else got some sort of trophy.
His
some
peak
sort
was
of-
higher than all of theirs. His peak was higher than all of theirs. We're just talking about Celtics. That 2-year run, his peak, his individual peak. We're talking about him as a player. I don't care about the hardware. The individual, like his run, was better than all of their runs at their peaks. At all of their peaks, his run was best.
No, for sure. But what does he have to show for it, though?
He got
What?
nothing. Absolutely, he
Celtic fans have
he
nothing
has
but
a
memories.
broken hip
Celtic fans got memories. They got good memories of number 4.
and a very crazy trade to show for it. I mean, he has an All-Star appearance though as a 5'9" guard. That's hard to do. That's not an easy feat. He was in MVP conversations. He was the only one out of those guards in MVP conversations. That's how high his peak was. He was tight with Kobe Bryant was giving him the Kobe challenges. You remember those? He was getting the Kobe Bryant challenges because he was like that. So, I mean, and we looked at his peak was higher than all theirs. He was All-Star. He was in MVP conversations. Easily number 1. Easily. Derek White is probably one of the most overrated role players that we've probably ever seen in the last, I don't know, decade. Because he's cool. But like he wasn't even getting this love when he had hair. It's like the baldness like kind of gave him that.
He's a good role player because
Like like Alex Caruso, right? He's a good role player, but it's like he went bald and everything changed for him. The bald, like it changed his life. So
you got your team to be a championship team. You need a great bald role player.
I mean
That
pretty
might
much
be
what- pretty much what it is.
the formula to win a championship. You have to have one bald role player on
Ray
your team.
Allen on the Miami Heat and on the Celtics. Who just won the championship? Derek White.
Derek White.
Who won the championship? Who was bald in Denver? Was Bruce Brown bald? No.
Oh, he had hair. Someone on the team got to be bald. Let's see.
Jeff Green.
He had a bald spot.
That counts.
That counts.
That counts. Los Angeles Lakers. Was Caruso bald at that point? I think he was.
He was bald. Long story short, you need a ball player, bro.
I'm gonna
you
say
need a ball player
whether it's on
somewhere.
there or even in the coaching staff, bro.
Shiny bald.
Like Jerry Stackhouse is on that coaching staff. I'm pretty sure he's bald. That counts. So I don't know.
Barbosa. He might be on the coaching
Right,
staff.
like
Yeah.
come on, man. Come on. Mo Spates,
Mo Spates, yes.
David West.
Mo Spates had the mole too.
That was crazy.
He had the mole. On
He also had the money to get that leisurely removed and chose not to.
I actually really like Mo Spates, bro. Like he was a great bald role player for their team.
I feel like VJ has that Mo Spates aesthetic. Like I feel like that's who he plays like. Just based off just looking at VJ.
he has
that's
a very
why-
Mo Spates type game. I will-
like
he'll shoot the J, like he'll give you he'll shoot the 3, he'll shoot the midi, or like post.
his jump shot's heavy as hell.
Very
like,
heavy jumper.
Yeah,
Very heavy.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
I'll let it go though.
Right.
No, yeah, okay. Kind of just to cap things off here in the LL. Let's talk a little football real quick. a couple weeks back, I came on the pod talking very spicy about the Seattle Seahawks, man. That was actually 2 weeks ago.
It's warranted. Hold on, it's warranted. It's still warranted, bro. But they still mid.
Is it though?
They still mid.
Because that was 2 weeks ago to the day that I came on here and I called out several players. I called out several people. And I've seen things change.
Okay.
Spoon. Come here. Devin Witherspoon, I want to give you your flowers, bro. 2 weeks ago, I said that I needed to hear your name more. I needed to see you active. I've seen nothing but number 21 flying around the field since I had that conversation on the pod. I don't know if you watched the LLs. I don't know if you tuned in. I don't know if you heard the noise. But Devin Witherspoon, shout out to Spoon, man. Spoon has been playing his tail off. Another player I want to give a big shout out to, Leonard Williams. Big Cat, 9'9". Playing at an all-pro level right now, bruh. There was not a play today he was not in the backfield. Our defense has truly turned a corner. And I think that's a testament to not only the trades we made, packing up Dotson, packing up Baker, getting the right guys in there, but we look good on defense right now. Mike McDonald has these boys hungry. They're playing hard.
I actually got a shout out, man. Shout out to Gino. You still mid, but you putting the city on the map. I got to shout out Richard Sherman because he's tripping, talking about Seahawks need to pay him his money. No, we going to let Gino walk, but we on a good high right now. Second person I want to shout out, the dude that retired last week. Shout out to you. You might have been the problem.
Hey, pack him up.
You might have been the problem. I don't know. You 27 retiring? I mean, your knees might be broke. Probably. That's probably what it is. But at the end of the day, he was weak, right?
He was sorry, bruh. And when we signed him this offseason, I expected so much. I was happy we got him. I was like, cool, some offensive line help. We got a veteran center from Miami who's actually played well.
Bro is boof.
Lied. It was all a lie, bro.
Bro is boof.
It was all a lie. Man, and he played so bad, he hung up his own jersey. We didn't even have to cut him. He hung his own jersey up.
He should have posted the Marshawn Lynch picture when he held
the cleats.
Yeah, he should have did one of those. Shout out Mike McDonald. He knows that this is not a season that was ideal coming in, but he's making the most out of it. We first in the division, even though the division is buns. And what we on? Wild card? What?
Okay, the way things are lined up right now, we can win the division. If we win the division, things are outstanding.
Yeah, we're gonna win the division all just to get our hearts broken when we lose in that first game.
No, because see, that's the thing. If someone comes here for a playoff game, they're losing. I guarantee you that.
The 12s ain't turned up like they used to be.
For a playoff game, we will. I promise you, for a playoff game, the true 12s will rally for a playoff. It's been a minute since there's been playoff football, and there's a different energy to this team. This is for the first time in a while where I've kind of felt like we're turning the corner again. We're finally I felt the energy today of a young Seahawk team, bro, where I was like, I have hope. We're 6-5, but I have hope, bro. I don't know what the hope is. I don't know if it's a championship. Are we a dark horse contender? Maybe.
No, you know why? Because I talked about it last week.
Are we? Are we a dark horse contender?
I gotta ask the question again. Is Patrick Mahomes still breathing?
I said dark horse. We're very dark, deep in the shadows, deep in the darkness.
As long as Patrick Mahomes is alive and well, that's something that you got to conquer and go. You got to go through. Geno Smith, you solid. You still mid though. At the end of the day, you still buns.
And I will say, I'm the biggest Geno supporter, bro. I will ride. I'll roll.
I love Geno until these last season, the back end of last season to this season, he's been inconsistent. I actually like him better than Russell Wilson. I thought Russell Wilson was corny. He was a cornball. He was a much better player where he was getting cheated on. The vibes were immaculate, you know what I'm saying? But now he got Sierra, so he think he big time now, and that has affected his game. But he is hooping down in Pittsburgh, so I gotta shout him out, even though they just lost not that long ago. But yeah. He's a cornball. He's a loser. Don't come back to Seattle on nothing. I know he came back when Pete Carroll had his retirement party. I know he was on some superstar stuff then. He's probably still on it now. Yeah, man, I don't like that guy. Man,
my feelings towards Russ have actually changed. I used to be on the same energy as you when he initially left. But time heals, bro. You know what I'm saying? I remember the good times more than the bad at this point.
He's still corny, though.
No, he is. But when he's in Seattle, he was our corny, you know what I'm saying? He was our cornball. It was it was cool, you know what I'm saying? Go Hawks. Separations in the preparation. We were doing all it was fun.
And he's a pushover. Because there's no way Pete Carroll telling me to pass the ball, and he was like, okay, coach. Hell no. I'm giving this shit to Marshawn. He's a squeenie for that, bro. There's come on, man. They don't even remember. It's to the point where we don't even talk about the Super Bowl win. We talk about the loss more than the win. For sure. It's not even close. We remember the loss more than the... It's almost like we forget he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And we probably do forget because why? Because why? He didn't even win the MVP when they won. That's why we forget. We keep disrespecting him like this because he deserves the disrespect.
See, that's the thing. People don't forget he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. They just discredit him because we had such a great defense. They're all like, yeah, he won the Super Bowl, but he had the LOB behind him.
I mean, is it not true?
No, it is.
Because the offense wasn't that great?
No.
Drum curse?
The best player on the offense was Marshawn Lynch.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
The best player on our offense was Marshawn Lynch. No question.
And I'll give Russ credit because he was throwing to some bums. Like, Patrick Mahomes, how he does it right now, throwing to some bums is basically what, I mean.
That's just how our team was lined up, though. But we'd throw the ball like 17 times a game.
Is this Steelers team the best team he's had since those days?
Who, Russ? Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. This is like, Russ actually has a competitive team again. Like, I was thinking too, this is the first time he's had a competitive championship-based roster since Seattle, like the LOB days.
Is he in Seattle? Okay, go ahead.
No, it's built. The team is in Pittsburgh right now is constructed similarly to the team how it was in Seattle. Because think about it. He has some mediocre receivers. They have a heavy run-based offense and a dominant defense. The focal point of that team is the defense. TJ Watt, Minkah Fitzpatrick, all their dudes over there on the defensive end. Like, that's the Steelers over there. It was the same way with the Seahawks back in the day. It was Sherm, Bobby, name whoever you want on the defense. That's just how it worked.
I got one last question before we get out of here. Who is the biggest Seattle legend that is not from Seattle? Like, they might have played for the teams, yada, yada, but he ain't from the city. He not from the city, but he turned up the city.
See, my personal answer is different from my real answer. No, because I know the real answer. I know the real answer.
What's the real answer?
The real answer is Griffey. And I feel like a lot of people are only going to say it's Griffey because you hear, like, I never watched Griffey's prime, but people were saying he was, you know what I'm saying? They were like, bruh, he was the best. You know what I'm saying? He was Jordan. Like, that's the way they say it. They're like, he was Jordan, bruh. Like, we weren't no good, but we had MJ. Like, that was how they talk about it.
He was bigger than Ichiro, though?
Yes, 100%. Griffey was way bigger than Ichiro. Griffey was the guy here, bro. Like, the way people talk about Griffey, it's like a folk tale, bro. You hear how they talk about him, like,
they talk about him.
They talk about him like he was like a mystical legend or something. But so I give it to Griff. I think Griffey for sure is number one, especially when you look at it like big picture. Everyone's like, oh, Griffey. You think about Seattle, you think about Ken Griffey. Everyone's like, bro, the Mariners when they had Ken Griffey, that was the time. That was it. That was it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My answer though, I want to say Beast, bro. Beast mode.
Marshawn.
And it just because the Beast, his attitude and the way he ran the ball, I feel like it just kind of kickstarted so many things within the town, bro. It just kind of
the Quake, bro. I was at the Quake.
That's nuts.
I was at the Quake. It's crazy.
To it. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, I was at the Quake, bro. This shit was
one
crazy.
Of those things. Like,
he had cats doing this.
We saw it today.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but I'm saying at that time, after that, like,
no, literally,
that was as a kid. I remember it'd be like,
and that just tells you how iconic it is. Literally today, Kobe scored the big Seahawks touchdown and he did the thing. Like, right. That just tells you how legendary Beast Mode is.
He's a legend.
So the attitude he brought to the city, it was the attitude. The attitude he brought to the city kind of just. It not only embodied that Seahawk team, but bro, like, I wanted to be like the Beast. I wanted to carry myself. You know, I'm gonna walk around. I'm trying to run through
Instead, they put you on the D line.
Oh, but you know, I'm like the mentality was like, bro, right, like, I'm a beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going through. That was Marshawn for me. I don't know, just his play style, bro. Like, yeah, Marshawn Lynch got to be the Beast.
I mean, my favorite is Kevin Durant, bro. I know he was here for 1 year, but the way, like, every time Seattle gets brought up, he be showing love.
On God.
And I can really see if we get a team his last year, he come over here talk about to repair y'all, you know what I'm saying? He might come out here and hoop. And so
I could definitely see that happening too. And it'd be like, everyone has always said, KD don't got no home, KD don't got nowhere. Like, bro, that would be so cool for last season.
That'd be so fire, bro. I would, you know what? He'd be in my good graces again if he came back. I would respect him if he came back and did that.
I think the whole NBA community as a whole, because it would be like,
Love that.
no, it'd be like, that's the only thing he could have done is go back to Seattle. You know what I'm saying? The franchise that didn't exist the entire time he was here.
Bro, and then we finna get Nate Robinson. We finna get Jamal Crawford. They finna come out
crazy.
No, no. They finna get Jamal Crawford finna come out of retirement.
We gotta cut that. They say gotta get Nate if.
Yeah, right. I see what they get well soon.
Get well soon.
They finna get IT. They finna get Paulo Banchero free agency 2028, 2029. He finna pull up. Zach LaVine finna sign the vet minimum.
Six man.
That'll
be our Sean Livingston, Zach LaVine.
B-Roy finna coach the team.
Tari Eason.
KP.
I know, we got guys.
Bro, hey, we got the whole Seattle squad,
guys.
bro.
Ellaby off the bench, maybe?
Well, with that being said,
see,
no, shout out to Blazer legend, Cleveland legend, CJ Ellaby.
Tank, what'd they call him?
The Tank Commander.
Tank Commander is insane.
He was out there giving his heart out to Rip City, and they was calling him the Tank Commander.
Tank Commander.
At least he was good for something, right?
No.
At least he was good for something. But no, that is going to do it for the LL today.
He's another, bro, we were talking about, my fault, not to interrupt you.
No, you're
about
good.
Number 16s. We're like, because we were talking about Tyler Lockett, didn't we? Were like, he looked
16?
Yeah.
Oh, he was. That's an ugly number. And on basketball?
16's. Okay, who else wears 16 in basketball, though?
Nobody. But no, that's going to be another edition of the LL. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, become a member. Because if you're not a member, you being goofy. You being goofy. That's just what it is. So don't be goofy. Don't be one of those guys. Support. And we will catch you next time. We on all platforms. We on Apple. We on Spotify. And most importantly, in the best platform, we on YouTube. We need to get this money, man. We need this money. We trying to quit our jobs. Our 9 to 5s.
Come on, guys, with my eyes.
I'm tired.
I'm fighting. Help me. What Boston Richie say? Help me.
Bronny James. He's in the Roto next year.
Bronny James, rotational piece, 15 points per game.
Bronny James playoff minutes this year?
No. There's